I'm Will, here at the Auto Shanghai 2023, and this is China Driven.
Perfect.
So we're here at Auto Shanghai 2023 to look at what the Chinese EV makers have brought to the show, what they've unveiled. A lot's going on here, it's very, very busy. We'll show you some of the best stuff. Okay, so obviously one of the big unveils at the show today is the NIO ES6, or in Europe it's going to be called the L6. Unfortunately, we can't get inside it, but it looks pretty good, obviously on the updated NT 2.0 platform.
Remaining faithful to the NT 2.0 redesign, the ES6 or EL6 in Europe re-enters the NIO model lineup as its entry SUV offering. With its straight belt line and rounded wheel arches, it apes the new ES8 styling more so than the ES7. No view of the interior today, but the refreshed exterior is looking sharp. NIO hoping this will be a volume seller. This one hits personally for me as an ET7 owner. Although the changes are small, the impact on the model is fairly profound, fixing the few small niggling issues with my ET7.
NIO has made a few small changes to the ET7, and I could cry a little bit because those changes are quite big in a small way. There's loads of extra padding on these seats in the back, and the support therefore is so much better underneath your thigh. There's also a little bit of extra trim back here, as well as in this center console, plug-in for the N-Real box, so you can have up to 4 pairs of AR glasses working in here. One of the big talking points is the cooled wireless phone charger up here. My one in my current ET7 just cooks my phone.
And it's still a looker, but then again I'm biased.
Now, Li Auto is of course famous for only having extended range EVs, but this morning they showed us some glimpses of their first BEV vehicle, which they're calling a kind of spaceship. It's an MPV, but Li Auto's going full electric.
The Li Auto stand was busy throughout the day despite no new car unveilings. What Li Auto did unveil at its press conference was its next generation ADAS, AD Max 3.0. This AD Max 3.0 will include Li Auto's NOA City Steer, apparently coming in the second quarter, and it will be available in 100 cities by the end of 2023. Li Auto also said that their new ADAS will be ditching HD mapping. But most importantly, there is no additional charge or subscription. If you have an L9, L8 Max or L7 Max, then this is a completely free upgrade. Amazing. Li Auto also showed a little Easter egg of the silhouette of its first pure electric model, which will be an MPV. They also announced it will be the world's first vehicle with 4C CATL chilling battery pack, which along with their superchargers will be able to add 400 kilometers in as little as 10 minutes.
Zeekr are showing their third car, the Zeekr X. It's coming in at a price point much lower than their other two cars, the 001 and 009, their luxury MPV, which we recently recorded. So if that film is out, go check it out.
Even though this model is coming in far below the rest of the Zeekr range in terms of pricing, there's no doubt its interior quality and materials are still punching above its weight compared to the price. The neat rear seats that fold up, perfect for dog lovers. Europe bound, definitely one to watch for.
Okay, so for Xpeng here, the big unveiling is the Xpeng G6, a car that Xpeng will really be hoping will guide them to sales volume.
Based on Xpeng's latest 800-volt platform, SEPA 2.0, the Xpeng G6 is claimed to be able to add 300 kilometers of range in as little as 10 minutes, going head-to-head size-wise with the Tesla Model Y with some potential price overlap. The G6 shows new exterior design styling, but still retains some of the familiar design cues from the P7i and G9. Xpeng claimed the G6 is able to generate HD maps in real time, aiding its ability to leverage Xpeng's XNGP City Steer.
Okay, so Xpeng also has the updated P7, the P7i. The interior seems to have been lifted over the outgoing P7, We've already filmed half of a review of the old P7 Wing Edition, and as soon as we get one of these on loan, we'll finish up that video.
At first glance, not much has changed, but then again, the exterior design has always been the P7's strong point. Updated suspension, more power, and the promise of a better drive sound great in an EV that was already pretty damn good to drive. The interior has been reskinned with more leather and padding, so it's a thumbs up for the original Chinese EV sports sedan.
So Neta was a brand that wasn't really full of exciting cars, and all of a sudden has become a bit of a sporty brand. You've got the Neta S over here, a kind of sports sedan, as well as their newly unveiled Neta GT and GT convertible.
For me, this was the standout car of the show. A few EV sports cars have started to surface, but this two-door 2+2 sports coupe is a bit different. Whilst others seem to be aiming for that supercar level of performance and price, this is aimed for young buyers looking for their first sports cars. But even though it will have a seemingly affordable price point, that doesn't mean it won't pack a punch. With a claimed 340 kilowatts or 455 horsepower, this thing should still be more than quick enough on road.
So Neta unveiled their GT hardtop as well as their GT convertible, and if you press this button, there's for some reason some space to put two helmets to store them. Why you need that, I'm not so sure.
Next to it, the Neta GT Speedster concept was present with an interesting storage compartment for two helmets at the rear. Cool concept type stuff that probably wouldn't make it to production, but they definitely should release a convertible because roof off, this looks good.
So the big news here at BYD today has been the Song L as well as the Seagull. And we've been trying to film it all day, but it's been so rammed with people, we haven't even been able to get anywhere near it. So we're hoping on the second day, you're gonna see lots of lovely B-roll. And if we got it, then here it is. So that's the Song L there, this kind of crossover, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic.
This looks absolutely boss. The exterior styling is so on point. The darkened A-pillars allowing the roof to wrap around the C shape, really giving this mid-size EV crossover a sporty feeling. BYD are aiming this directly at the Tesla Model Y. And although this is a concept, we do hope that it appears on roads with little to no changes. Gone is the build your dreams on the rear and replaced with BYD, a very welcome change. Equipped with DSUS A, BYD's air suspension, cell to body blade battery, and running on the E Platform 3.0, the BYD Song L is looking to be another hit for BYD.
One of the stars of the show perhaps, there are literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people crammed in the back of there right now trying to record.
This little EV sits under the popular BYD Dolphin in the Ocean series. The 4-seat city EV is running on BYD's infamous E Platform 3.0, equipped with a blade battery. Rumours of the Seagull being equipped with a sodium-ion battery so far haven't been confirmed, and it has some competition from some other small EVs that are cheaper. So, can the Seagull's angular sporty design curry favour with young Chinese consumers? We think it will. Denza, BYD's premium EV brand, unveiled the Denza N7 SUV at the show, and it has a couple of firsts for BYD. Coming on sale as the first ever product from BYD with air suspension, courtesy of BYD's new DSUS A suspension, which will be standard, as well as being BYD's first EV on sale with LiDAR mounted in the lower fascia, although that is optional. Standing alongside it at the show, the Denza D9 was attracting a fair bit of interest. No surprise there, as the sales of the EV MPV are doing quite well since deliveries of the EV version have started in February.
Okay, so this is BYD's ultimate luxury brand, Yangwang, and as you can see, it's absolutely rammed today. We'll try to get closer, get some B-roll shots and tell you a little bit about their off-roader, the U8, and their jumping supercar, the U9. So behind me is the Yangwang U8, the swimming SUV, the hardcore off-roader that's also hardcore luxury as well.
In case you missed it, yes, this SUV can swim across rivers, self-level for camping, do tank turns and crab walks, and is by BYD's account a true hardcore off-roader with a hardcore premium price. This vehicle honestly needs a dedicated video. It has BYD's new DSUS P suspension, 1 meter of wading depth, quad motors for true all-wheel drive, blade battery and over 1100 horsepower, allowing this massive vehicle to smash 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds. Wild.
Okay, so behind me is the Yangwang U9, aka the jumping supercar that was shown to be able to actually get all 4 tyres off the floor using its new D-Sus suspension.
At the Yangwang stand, we were treated to the Yangwang U9 Ultimate 9, the more extreme version of this newly launched hypercar, sporting a huge electronic rear wing and more aero all around. The internet went wild when BYD previously showed the U9 physically jumping off the floor with its new D-Sus X suspension. Equipped with a 100 kWh blade battery, has a claimed 700 km of range, 1100 horsepower from its quad motors and an acceleration time of 2 seconds.
So we've had the crazy super MPV, the Hiphi X, we've had the insane looking sedan, the Hiphi Z, but now what we get is maybe arguably a less crazy Hiphi Y, and it's going to Europe.
A smaller crossover from Hiphi, a brand known for its styling. This is somewhat toned down compared to the X and the Z, but once you see those half gold wing doors open, you know this is no run-of-the-mill family EV. Animated LED dot matrix lights at the front like the Z and X, up to 371 kilowatts of power for the dual motors and up to 800 kilometers of range for the single motor. The X and Z will enter Europe first, with the Y following at some point next year. Although not cheap, the Y will become Hiphi's entry-level product, but still promises to be premium, tech-focused, standout design and great to drive.
Behind me is a Hiphi Z, a quite insane looking EV. I say it looks like a Transformer, Decepticon, not Autobot.
Premium, tech-focused, standout design and great driving. The 4 pillars of Hiphi cars embodied according to Hiphi CTO Mark Stanton, who talked me around the Hiphi Z. So much to talk about, from it running Unreal Engine for its graphics to the way it looks. Uber cool. Programmable dot matrix LEDs that can display different things, LED panels on the exterior of the car, automatic opening suicide doors, the list goes on. We were unavailable for the media drive of the Hiphi Z, and boy am I disappointed. We have to drive this, we have to film this car.
So that's the end. That was the Auto Shanghai 2023, and this was China driven.
Perfect.